but I'm gonna draw my life map. Even if you can't draw, it's okay. And people always ask, like, can I put my, I've been in a lot of places, how do I put all the places on one piece of paper? If you want a bunch of pieces of paper and you want to tape them, that's absolutely fine. Or you can do like the little house and the road and another house or whatever. So, this is all true. Very important for you to realize that. Okay. When I was, young, the first house I remember was in Natick, and it was just like a little cape. See? That's how I draw little houses. So, and one of my memories is sitting on the front lawn, and this kid would ride by on his bicycle. I can't draw that. Hey, that's pretty good. And every time he rode by, because I guess it was like a big, it wasn't a cul-de-sac or anything, I don't know. But every time he rode by, I yelled, "Mess Eddie." Well, in my house, mess meant poop. So basically, I was this little 4-year-old swearing at Eddie. And my mom came out of the door and said, "Melanie Jane Luff, if you do that one more time, you're going to be spanked when your father comes home." I did it again. Then I had to wait for my father to come home and get spanked. So that's like one of my only memories there. Oh, I can't draw it though. A dump truck. It looks like a wagon. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Yeah. So, my sister Jenny and I, she's a year younger than I am, we walked to school. And I have no idea how long it was because I was such a little kid. We moved when I was 7. But we used to kick off our brand new shoes into the street on our way home from school, I guess, and watch dump trucks run over them and flatten them, and then we'd laugh hysterically and go pick them up. Then we moved to Westboro, Mass, which is about less than half an hour away, and I can't do this, whatever. Okay, so it was this beautiful, really old house, and it was pink. So my parents like painted it and stuff. All right, there. It was a really neat house with a big attic, and I still have dreams about just finding things in it and everything. Bless you. So let's see, in this house, there were 3 of us. My sister, Jenny, who's a year younger than me, and then Sarah was born when I was 4. And when my sister Sarah was born, my parents put me on a plane to Colorado. When I was 4. They sent me out there because my mother was having a baby and she was busy. Anyway, I loved it out there. So in this house, I had a lot of adventures, and it was really, really fun. In the basement, and I'm terrified of snakes now, in the basement of that house was the biggest, longest black snake ever. I think it's called a king snake, and they're not bad or anything, but he lived in the basement, and then he'd come out and sun himself, and I was like, oh, cool, a big black snake. Now I would like implode, I guess. I'm so terrified of them. And I had a horse down here. I had a big barn. I really hate my drawing right now, today. I wanted a horse more than anything. Usually the one thing I can draw. So my father bought me a horse when I was 10 with a fat head, and her name was Polly. And it was really awesome, and we would just ride her bareback, and then she'd buck and we'd fall off and stuff. And I had guinea pigs and a rabbit. But the best part was my best friend Sarah Herbert. I had to call her Sarah Herbert because Sarah, my sister. So Sarah Herbert and I would go way out back here. I'll just make that the well. All right, out back. This is a true part that's really, really strange. There was a deserted farm with like falling down houses and doors falling off and the roof falling in. There was a well with no cover. like, you know, like that usual size and totally black and really far down. And like, it still scares me to this day because like my mom was clueless. There were 5 of us and she'd be like, go out and play. And here I was, I could have disappeared in the well, right? But the creepiest part out here, and there were all these there was an old house with a mattress in it stuff. The guy had been murdered that lived there. So, you know, we'd go back there and we'd be all creeped out. We'd be looking for blood and like there were old clothes in there, and it was just, whew. But we loved going back there and exploring. And then way down the street, see, you can put them wherever you want. There was a man named Mr. Cahill and his wife. Now I need it here because I have to do something. And before we even moved, we used to bring him things because he was all by himself and we felt bad, so we'd bring him cookies and stuff. The reason he was alone was the 1956, I guess, yeah, it was a tornado and it hit Westboro, Mass. And his wife blew away in the tornado. True story. And they never found her. So poor Mr. Cahill lived here alone. Imagine like knowing that as a little kid and just being like, between that and the, you know, the murder and all that. And I know there's so much more, but this is the first time I'm doing it today, so that's like all I can really think of. Across the street, that's right, across the street lived Raymond Johnson in a ranch house, and he was my 8th grade boyfriend, and he had big hair. And anyway, there were only boys in the whole neighborhood, and all we did was play war, and like they hit me, and I didn't like that. But Sarah Herbert was really a tomboy because she had brothers too. So it was like we were always just outside all the time. I obviously had nothing to do with school here. Yeah, I don't know why. I just remember being outside and exploring and adventures. And that is my life now. Thank you very much.